Did you know that testosterone deficiency is directly related to the consumption of explicit matter, namely porn, and that is directly linked to causes of erectile dysfunction? I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. Today, let's dig in and see what this relationship is. Let's see, why would testosterone be low, and would testosterone replacement therapy be a good idea? Well, let us start with, how is testosterone produced in the body? Many people don't know that it's produced in the brain. So you'll hear other professionals say, don't forget about the big organ. But then when they're talking about erectile dysfunction, they will only discuss your sex organ. I'm here to bring us back up to the level of your brain where testosterone production actually begins. So, what happens is, in an area called the hypothalamus, it triggers the pituitary gland in the brain to produce a variety of different hormones that cascade and then lead to production of testosterone in the testes. So we know this is how healthy testosterone production is happening when your brain is healthy and when your body is healthy. But how does this production get disrupted by explicit matter or porn consumption? And how does that lead to sexual arousal dysfunction, what I call SAD? So, what happens is the electrical energy in your brain can be disrupted due to going back to the high level stimulation of porn and masturbation. We know that when you go back to porn, it produces higher levels of dopamine and even spikes in testosterone while you're watching porn or masturbating or acting out in any other sexual way. What this does is it changes that cascading of hormones from the pituitary gland down to your sex organ. So basically, it goes brain down the spinal column to the production in your sex organs. When your brain changes, this electrical energy pattern and this cascading of neurotransmitters and hormones, it disrupts the natural flow of how your brain is supposed to communicate with your sex organ for an erection and ultimately for orgasm. So, one way this is disrupted is that your brain is stuck in what I call strain brain, and that's due to sympathetic dominance. Basically, going back to explicit matter, whether you know it or not, it's stressing your brain out and it's creating a wired and tired pattern that disrupts the flow of those hormones that ultimately produce testosterone. So, a study shows that early exposure to porn can change the way that this hypothalamus pituitary gonad axis is operating. Basically, that's the brain sex organ axis, this kind of imaginary line, which actually is a true line down through the spinal cord, the connection between your brain and your sex organ. It becomes disrupted, and there's lower production of those hormones, which then impacts lower testosterone production, testosterone deficiency, and then it leads to a negative impact on your sperm count and motility in your semen. So we know this can have really drastic negative physical effects that stem from the changes in the brain due to porn consumption, especially at an early age, and especially if it's continued over years or decades for many people. So let's think about, would testosterone replacement therapy be a good idea? I was sitting outside the other day and there's a little hole in my front porch furniture. So I'm chilling and I see these little holes. I'm like, what the heck are those little holes from? I said to the hubs, what do you think these holes are from? He said, it's from chipmunks. So the chipmunk situation on my front porch made me think of this for you, is that, remember when those baby pools were really popular back in COVID? Those little baby pools that you put in your backyard, people were splashing around in them because they couldn't go into public pools and things like that. Well, the idea is that if you have a chipmunk that's eating away at the side of your pool, just those little holes, eating those little holes on the side of your pool every night, and then every single day you have to put a hose back into your baby pool to fill it back up, is that efficiently dealing with your baby pool problem? Like for me and my front porch furniture? Can I just keep getting new furniture? No, the answer is no, because the chipmunk keeps eating the little holes. So if you have a chipmunk eating the holes in your pool and your solution is to just fill it up with water, that's basically what you would be doing with testosterone replacement therapy. So you now know what is creating your testosterone deficiency from your brain to your sex organ that is leading to sexual arousal dysfunction. So you have to plug that hole, my friend. You have to get a new pool that has no holes. You can't just put a hose in it every single day and let that chipmunk eat holes in it every single night. Yes, the chipmunk in this case is porn, masturbation, explicit matter, any sexual acting out behavior. So it's time for a cat. We used to have a cat that would keep all the chipmunks at bay in our yard. I know, it's the circle of life, my friend. But the idea is I'm your cat. I'm here to that's kind of weird, but maybe I'm like Catwoman. I'm the Catwoman who's here to tell you that the cause of your testosterone deficiency is hypersexuality from consistent porn and explicit matter consumption coupled with masturbation. But the idea is you're putting the hole through that chipmunk. I'm the Catwoman here to tell you the truth. The truth is your porn habit is contributing to testosterone deficiency. So, if you don't watch porn and you have testosterone deficiency, then it is imperative that you go to your doctor and see if there's something physiological at bay. And of course, I encourage you to do that anyways because our information here is educational. But if porn's in the mix, it is likely, highly likely, contributing to your testosterone deficiency. So, when you eradicate that chipmunk, now you plug the hole, and there's no need to put the hose in every day. There's no need for testosterone replacement therapy. For a long time, my heart aches for all the men who go for testosterone replacement therapy thinking that they need it because the majority of men are seeking out testosterone replacement therapy, especially as they get older. But they're not looking at the fact that they consume porn and masturbate consistently. That hypersexuality is contributing to testosterone deficiency. So when you leave it behind, your testosterone is going to replace itself. Remember that baby pool? The water's not going to come out of it every day. There's going to be no need to replace it. Okay, so if you're looking for more help on this journey, because I say it's time to leave explicit matter and porn and masturbation behind, but that is so much easier said than done. I have helped millions of men and more women every day leave porn, masturbation, and explicit matter behind so that they can balance the neurotransmitters, balance the hormones in their body, get their brain and body flowing together synergistically for a healthy life and for healthy sexuality. Sexual arousal dysfunction will be no more when you leave porn behind and you balance your brain and body in this way. There'll be no need to replace those neurotransmitters or hormones because you'll feel and perform better naturally. So if you want more help, please go over to drtrishleigh.com. I offer a digital program, Porn Free Brain Forever. It'll help you heal your brain so you can get back on track in your life and your sex life. If you struggle with erectile dysfunction, I also offer a 3 Steps to Heal ED at Home program. Please go check it out. And until next time, control your brain or it'll control you.